David Moreno, looking at a recent list of alumni on the WCW Powerplant. I just happened to notice your name. My question to you is, was it as tough as they make it out to be? Was Sarge that big of an asshole?
I probably shouldn't even be included in that list. Because they hired me, they gave me a 3-year deal, and then they wanted us to go be evaluated, which is how WCW did business. Let me hire you and then go evaluate you. So we get down there, you know, me and Shannon, we drove to Atlanta. It's about a 6-hour drive for us. And they didn't even know who we were. And so at first they kind of put us in the new kid class because they think we're there to fucking try out or something. And it was like me, Shannon, I know Jimmy Yang was there and one of his buddies, and I want to think Jamie Noble was there. But anyway, they figured out pretty quick that, you know, I knew how to work and stuff like that, so I kind of went to a different ring, and I was taken away from Shannon and all them. Shannon was great with the flips and stuff, you know, but he was very limited at that time as far as his actual wrestling ability. And then they came and talked, and like, I remember Sarge saying something to me about something, and of course he's all yelling at everybody, he goes, it was something, I can't remember the exact verbiage, and it was him just doing his job, and he didn't necessarily single me out or whatever. It was just him saying shit to everybody. He goes, you think they ever going to hire you? I go, yeah, they already did. Yeah. What do you mean? I got a 3-year deal. I said, what are you doing here? I'm not certain. If somebody told me to come, so I came. You know, I got papers to come, so here I am. And then we ended up start working out, you know, and he could, you know, figure it out pretty quick. I mean, if you can work, you can tell pretty quickly if somebody else can work. So then he put me in the other ring right there. And there was one incident with Dale Tolberg, and we became great friends because of it, because them two, you know, some of the guys that had been in the power plant for a while, they would kind of, you know, help Sarge be not rough or whatever, you know, that Bill DeMott mindset of being mean to the guys, and you got to toughen them up, you know. And so we was in the ring kind of bouncing around, and he tried to act like he was going to shoot on my leg. And like a guy that big isn't necessarily going to get me out, you know, on a slow single leg. So I kind of just barely moved. He goes, you don't think I can get you? I was like, I don't know. You know, I mean, I was a pretty good amateur, so I mean, I'm watching his hips and stuff. And he's like, well, if you don't respect this, you need to get the fuck out of the ring. And I go, you get the fuck out of the ring. Like that, you know, because I've always been that guy. Like, I won't be a dick, but I'm not going to be bullied. Like, if we have to fight, then you're going to have to kick my ass. You know, and you won't be the first. I've been there, but, you know, I've also won a lot of fights, too. But if that's what's got to happen, it's going to happen. And later on, you know, like I said, nobody knew we were hired. They thought we were just young guys walking off the street and being that, you know, not that I was being cocky, but, I mean, I knew he wasn't going to get my leg. And we ended up, you know, later on figuring about it. He came and like, dude, I was so sorry, man. They would make us be like that to the new guys. And we ended up becoming great friends because of it. But, yeah, Sarge would be real hard on one guy. I remember one time, he was over there yelling at Shannon, like, want Shannon to do sit-ups. And Shannon had done his last sit-up. You know, he is done doing these fucking sit-ups. And Shannon was just looking at him like this. Like, not necessarily disrespect, but he's like, motherfucker, I'm done with this, you know. I'm exhausted. I've done all I can do. I don't know what the fuck you want. And then one of the guys ended up rolling on my ankle, taking a bad bump, and landed on my ankle. And I had to go into the training room, and I'm getting my ankle taped up. And Orndorff knew. You know, when Orndorff figured out, you know, who we were, he went and did the research and figured out, yeah, these are the guys that Jimmy Hart brought in. And so then I ended up working with Orndorff, which was awesome, you know, because, you know, he's really good, you know. Could have easily been WWF World Champion. So he said, what happened? I was like, it's no big deal. He goes, no, I need to know exactly what happened. And I kind of felt I was in this position like to rat on somebody, but I'm like, I said, no, it was, you know, just a bad bump. This guy, tell me exactly how it happened. This is how we keep these things from happening here. I was like, so now I'm stuck and like, oh, and I'm not burying anybody. I was like, well, this happened and this happened, and the guy fed the wrong way and he landed on my ankle. And man, he flipped the switch. He goes, where is that motherfucker? And he just takes off, and I'm going, what in the fuck is going on here? Because he would flip a switch and be, and that was Orndorff too. He would flip a switch and be crazy as shit. And he went, and always in his flip-flops, and I could hear him flip-flopping out there, stomping around, yelling, and I'm going, what in the hell just happened? Because now I think I'm going to get heat for this. I know somehow this is going to come back on me. I'm like, Jesus. I should have just said it was my fault, you know. And it wasn't even thinking there was any of that bad, one of those things that just happens. You know? It wasn't necessarily anybody really fucked up, but I told him exactly what happened. And so anyway, The next day we got to go in, and I can't hardly walk because my ankle's banged up pretty bad. And they said, well, if you need to go home, that's okay. We're good. You're good here. And that was like on like the third day. I only was there for a couple of days, and they figured out that I could work, and they were fine with that. But they were going to keep Shannon. But I told them, I was like, no, Shannon rode with me. We're in the same car, so I need to take him. So that was a way I saved Shannon from the power plant. So we were only there like 3 days, and we fucking went home. And we went back one time to do to work on the ladder match Starcade spot because we needed a ring and ladders and figure out some stuff. But other than that, I never stepped foot back in there. So I wouldn't even count me as an alumni or whatever for the
right.